Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine. Today I'm going to conclude the week with one more quick workout that you can do using zero equipment. So today is just body weight. You can get a lot of great exercises in with just body weight. There's a million things that we can do. I'm going to go through just a few today, things that you have seen, things that you may not have seen, and we're going to start with push-ups. So remember to always come into these at least a little bit warmed up, 5 to 10 minutes of a gentle warm-up. You can, kind of increase your intensity towards the end of it if you're feeling good, but you want to come into these ready to move, your muscles warmed up, your heart's pumping and ready to go. And let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to start with push-ups. You don't need any equipment today. So right here, remember, you want your hands directly beneath your shoulders and your feet straight out. So we're going to start just straight down. Now remember, if this is really difficult for you, which push-ups typically are, you can put your knees down. And you can also do them on a raised surface. You can start on a countertop. You can start on a raised kitchen chair or a bench. However you decide that you want to do these and you are still challenging yourself, go ahead and use that method. Sometimes it works too. We're not doing any equipment today, but if you need to, sometimes putting a pair of dumbbells and hanging onto them like that is a little bit easier on your wrists. Anything to make these actually work for you. Okay, next we're going to do floor to stands. So I'm going to raise this up a little bit, starting on your hands and knees. Now remember, we're going to put one knee up. So knee, hand up. And then put that other hand on here to stand all the way up. So I'm going to raise this up just a little more. So let's do 5 on each side. I'm going to switch back and forth. Now remember, when I've explained these before, we want to bring your body over your center of gravity needs to come back. So you're thinking about going up versus forward. So we're here, one foot up. And then if you get to this point and your foot is only here, use your hands to bring it further forward because you want a good platform to stand up on, a nice solid surface. If you're trying to stand up from here and you're going like this, you don't want to keep going. You want to stand up nice and tall. So foot, hand up, and then if you need to, bring your foot forward, other hand up. So I've used this kind of to describe to some of my clients in the past, foot, hand, up, and then foot, hand, up. We're going to do 2 more on each side. This is a great full body weight workout. Even if you have no trouble getting up and down off the floor, this is a great thing to practice and be strong at, because if you ever trip and fall, or you find yourself on the floor getting something up, from under a cabinet, or you're cleaning the floor, or, there's lots of reasons to be down on the floor, gardening. You want to be able to stand up strongly and not have to worry about thinking about it, really. And if this is a big challenge for you and you do really need assistance with it, this is a great thing to practice, especially if someone else is around. And then you can also, I just did 5 on each side, but another way to do this, if you can't just get up with your body weight, is to use something sturdy next to you, something that you could maybe crawl to, that you can use for assistance. Okay, now we're going to do a standing hip extension. I got a little tall. So just standing, and we're going to move your foot straight backwards. So hang on to something sturdy if you need it, like a countertop or a railing. Now, this hip extension is nothing, it's not a big movement. You're just taking your foot, going straight back. This knee is staying straight, so you're squeezing right underneath your cheeks here. You kind of want to get a good squeeze right there. Now, I'm not tipping forward because then I start using other muscles. This is a little bit of a stabilization on my standing leg. And then really working those glutes and extensors in that moving leg. This is one you can do anywhere. You can do it while you're brushing your teeth. You can do it while you're standing and waiting in line for something. This is one, you know, it's a great body weight workout that you can do anywhere. And you can make it a balance challenge as well. If you don't hang on to anything, you know, you can do it with your railing right here for if you do lose your balance, but it's a good balance challenge in addition to a good hip stabilizer. Both hips are working right now. This one is holding and stabilizing, and this one is doing the movement. And this is one you can do, you know, it's not very challenging necessarily. You can add a band to it if you like. You can do it without. Obviously, we're just doing body weight today, but you can always, you know, really go slower and really get a good squeeze here. Do more of them. You can stand, you know, when you're waiting for the water to heat up for tea or something and do 20 of them on each side, something like that. Okay, next we're going to do another full body one. Kind of alternating between these today. We're going to do walkouts. So we've done these in the past, but get this out of the way. We're going to stand up, bend your knees, walk straight out into a plank, and all the way back up each time. So walkouts, walking out, walking back to a full standing. Now this one can be really challenging for some people, and if that's the case, you can start with 5 and see how you feel. But bending your knees for this is definitely easier than doing a straight out like this. This is definitely harder. It requires some more flexibility. It really is your hamstrings. It can actually affect your low back. So I would recommend bending those knees, crouching down, importantly standing all the way back up here. So this is kind of another form of floor to stand, but you're getting all of your muscles involved in your body. Any of these where you can get lots of joints moving and lots of muscles involved can result in a really good, quick workout. Sometimes when I only have time for a couple things, if I do push-ups and lunges and a plank, I feel pretty good that I've got a lot of muscles worked in a short amount of time. Or sometimes when I'm out for a run and I know I'm not going to have time for resistance training, I'll do push-ups. You know, I'll get to a certain point in my run, do some push-ups, do some lunges on the way back, things like that. Okay, we're going to do 2 more here, all the way up, and good. Okay, now we're going to lower down to the floor and do a boat hold. So you can, I've heard this called pike, boat hold, different things that you can call this, but it's essentially this. So if you have a BOSU, you know, this is body weight today, you can sit on a BOSU, you can sit on a balance disc. Bending your knees here is much easier. We're working on 30 seconds. So if you can, let's hold here. But anywhere along here is a really good place. Now, if this is too much, put your hands here. And then if you're sitting up nice and tall, just think about lifting your feet up off the floor. And this is kind of where you would start if you can't quite get into that position. So right here, you can take breaks. Try to hold it for 5 seconds. Work your way up. So work your way up to about 30 seconds. And if you just really can't get your hands here, that's okay. You can keep them here, but try to keep those feet lifted. Okay, good. That's the boat hold. Working on about 30 seconds, somewhere along that continuum. Okay, now we're going to lower down all the way to the floor, and we're going to work your back a little bit. We're going to do some W holds. So if you do have a rolled up towel or something, this is a good time. It doesn't take any, necessarily equipment, but you can throw that right underneath your your forehead. And we're going to just put your hands out to the side like this, and we're going to lift them up. We're squeezing our shoulder blades. We're going to get your back into this today. So, keeping your shoulders down away from your ears, W. Hold it for about 5 seconds and then release. So this is a good isometric hold for those postural muscles, your back, your rhomboids, your shoulder muscles, or rotator cuff. Lots of muscles are involved here. And I do want you to keep your head forward like this because it helps all of those muscles contract correctly and not put anything strain. So just lifting them just a little ways off the floor. Your legs are just relaxed, they're just hanging out. This is a really great isolated exercise for that upper back, and so important for a lot of the things that we do as far as posture and all those forward movements. It's important to strengthen those shoulders and back so that you have a good postural alignment, which can result in less pain overall. I don't know if you can hear the piano, but my kids are home and playing the piano right now, even though I told them I was down here. That's okay. All right, we're going to do 2 more. Your spinal muscles are really working here. This is a really great body weight exercise for so many reasons. You can get so many great body weight exercises in without any equipment and work your muscles really efficiently. Okay, that's all we're going to do for today. That was about 8 minutes. And like I said, there's a bunch more I could add on to this, but I'm trying to make it quick. This is a quick workout you can do. Have it in your back pocket when you're traveling, or if you're waiting for your kids or your grandkids to pick them up from something. These are some things that you can do really easily pretty much anywhere. Okay, and if you do want to make it a longer workout, add a high intensity cardio workout in, do it again. You can do this through 3 or 4 times and feel really good about it and get a great workout in with no equipment. Okay, thanks everybody. I hope you had a great week, and I hope you can use these videos for when those times arrive that you just don't have the time to get a full workout in. Okay, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.